I don't know if it's going to make it. Obviously, it was voted out of a House committee yesterday. I haven't yet had the opportunity to review the details and actually read the bill myself. But if and when it comes to the House floor, which I don't know whether it'll happen, I think you'll see what the Texas House does, and that's deliberate and debate publicly and openly in front of the people of Texas on an issue that's really important to them. I don't know how the vote will go down, but the Texas House is willing to consider any and all options to keep this from happening again. Well, look, there's a lot we don't know, but one thing that I do know as the state representative for Allen, this affected my community, my constituents. One thing that I do know is that this is happening way too much, and it doesn't have to be this way. It hasn't always been this way. And so I'm a proud Second Amendment supporter. I'm a fierce Second Amendment supporter, and I will continue to be. This legislature will continue to be. But if there are things that we can do to prevent this from happening again, then we ought to consider all those options. And so I know you'll see us have those debates publicly and openly, transparently in front of the people of Texas. That's what they expect and deserve and demand, and we're going to deliver on their behalf. Well, I'm not on the relevant committees that decide whether it gets to the floor or not. The bill that I do think we need to get on the floor to be debated and voted on is actually my bill. It was passed 31-0 out of the Senate by Senator Joan Huffman. It's the first bill the Senate passed. I'm carrying it in the House. I want that bill to get to the floor. It's relating to mental health checks and preventing guns from getting into the hands of people who have severe mental health issues, specifically juveniles. And that bill directly targets, it would make a big impact on this issue. I think it would prevent future violence like this. That bill, my bill, needs to get to the floor, and I'm hopeful and expectant that it will. Well, this is the problem with where we are as a country. When something like this happens, when a tragic event happens, everyone retreats to their corners, everyone reverts to their talking points. We attack the other side side attacks us. We ought to put all of that nonsense aside. We ought to be able to come together around a table and say, is what's happening in our state, in our country, good or bad? Hopefully we can all agree it's bad. It doesn't have to be this way. It needs to be fixed. And then once we get to that point where we can lock arms that there needs to be a solution, we can actually talk about what the solutions need to be. That's where I am as the state representative for Allen. I'm going to continue to fight vigorously for my values. I'm a proud Second Amendment supporter, but there are things that we need to do, things we can be doing now in this legislative session here in the state of Texas to prevent this from happening again, and I'm open to any and all options to do so. I'm going to vote for any bill that protects our constitutional rights, our Second Amendment rights to protect ourselves and our families. I'm not going to waver from that. I don't think I have to waver from that to also vote to keep guns out of the hands of people who don't need them, who want to break our laws, who want to do harm, who want to inflict violence. That's where I am on this issue. It's black and white to me, and I believe there are options on the table, bills on the table now that we can and should vote on to prevent this from happening again.
Representative Jeff Leach, thank you so much.
Thank you, Jack.